Alright guys, now I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of these phones. I am not totally familiar with them, so by no means am I an expert on them. All I know is this is my old Galaxy. I went back to it. I still have the new one, but I kept this one as my backup, which is my so-called business line. And this is the one that has the bad switch, which it still does. And every now and then, you'll hear static. It's like the switch is connecting or not connecting. And you gotta, if you don't hear it, and it's hard to hear at times, it'll run the battery down and the phone gets hot, which is not a good thing. You know, run the battery down is one thing, but the phone getting hot, that's not a good thing. So, yeah, the switch is beginning to be more of a pain in the ass than anything else because, again, I ain't got time to keep up with it. So I'm going to take the SIMS card out of this one and put it back into this one. This was that $85 phone that, I'll tell you what, for 85 bucks, it's a great telephone. It's a smartphone, runs a little slow, but you know, but I'm not a game player, so I don't care about that stuff. It works great for texting. The camera's fair. I mean, you're not going to get, you know, portrait pictures out of it, but again, I use a phone for a phone. The camera, I may use it, you know, if I see something happening, I got to get a picture. But for most part, you know, it's a phone. Texting, occasional email, and that's about it. I don't get on all these media things like Twitter or Tweeter, whatever you want to call it, and all those other ones out there. I don't have time to be bothered with all that stuff, you know. So I just use it for what it's meant to be used for, and this phone works great for that, and even more. It'll work. It'll work for you if you needed it. And for 85 bucks, it's a durable phone. I mean, it comes with the case and everything that you see here. So, and it takes the mini SIMs, and it comes with this in the slot. This is not something you just have in there to keep the slot clean. This is something that you need. So if you were to do this, make sure you keep this little thing nearby and don't lose it, because you're going to need it or the phone won't work. So that's so much for that. So now I'm going to shut this phone off for a minute. Turn off the Note. I think this is the 4. Which is a nice phone, it really is. If the switch kept working, I'd still be using it. And I'll still keep it as a backup, just in case, so I don't have to go without a phone if something were to happen. And why I like the Note, the 4 over the 5, is that now the batteries are not replaceable, you know, by us. I don't know if they can replace them otherwise. They probably can. But as far as being so-called field replaceable, you know, I just can't buy it and snap it in. They're not making them like that anymore. So they're always going to be earning on you. So the Note 5, at this point, once that battery craps out, I got to send it back or take it to a dealer to put a new battery in it. So it's going to cost me money, you know, other than with the battery. With this one, you buy a battery, it costs me 19 bucks, and it's original, and it lasts again for another 4 or 5 years, and I have no problems with it. So, but for most part, I don't like the new phones because you can't replace the batteries, and that's just marketing. Now they say it's because of the phones are doing much more, and they need to put the built-in batteries in because they can get as much power out of the littler ones, the built ones, than they can the ones that we put in. But to me, that's just marketing. Now, this phone takes the full size, which is, and the little one takes this one. So here's the SIMs. This is little bitty SIMs. So this is another one. Now the phone company will give you this if you need it when you get your SIMs. So try to get one from them. There's 2 of them. There's this one and the next size up. Next size up is really not being used. But again, get it and hang on to it. Now I am going to put it back in the phone. Well, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. Because I'm going to lose it if I don't. Now I just got to remember where I put it. So now that's in there, because that adapts the mini chip or the mini SIMs to the middle-sized SIMs. So that's what that does. So you don't have to keep going for new SIMs. You can just get one SIM and that's it. Okay, so now this little bitty SIMs that I have here in my hand has to go onto this little bitty tray that came out of the other phone. And you want it so that, whoop, sure, what did I say? Don't drop it? No, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Hold on a minute. Okay, we're back. Boy, I was going to have to start tearing the whole place apart. So you want it so that when the little chip goes in and it goes into the phone, you want it so that the contacts are upright, facing the screen. And then this whole thing slides into the phone. Like so. I think I got it right. You don't hear it snap or anything, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. I don't remember how this one goes in though, but this will only go in one way because I don't think it'll go in any other way. Alright, this only goes in one way, which is the same way with the tabs upright towards the screen. And this one clicks in, which is the SD card. Okay, so I think I have, no I don't. I know the other one's not in there right now because this won't close. So let me take this back out. Whoop. Boy, I am going to lose this yet. I am. This goes one way. This goes like this. And this goes in like that. Okay. And this is a pain in the ass. And that goes in there like so. And come on, I put this in once before, so I should be able to do it again. There. I think I got it. I think I got it. Yeah, okay. Okay, now let's see if it works. Turn on the phone. And let's see what happens. Looks like we have a connection. But I'll tell you, it's really a nice phone. It really is. I mean, you know, except for the screen being smaller, it does everything. I bought it because this one wasn't right, and I wanted to try it. It works great. Had a lot of good reviews. It's supposedly military spec. I don't know how true that is. It's got a button here on the side. This button could be used to turn on any one of the apps in the phone. So if you wanted it for turning on an app, all you'd have to do is hit that button and it would turn it on. You have to go into the setup to do so, but it'll turn it on for you. Now the only reason why I stopped using this phone was I was having a problem with Active 911 not receiving messages. And I'm saying, well, I wonder if it's the phone. So I took everything out of this phone, put it back in this one. And then I also took this one and I did a complete reboot. So I wiped it clean, free of everything. And then I went in and I got the program, Debladder, I think it's called. There's a web out there, YouTube channel on Debladder, and stopping pop-ups and all that. And the guy, I couldn't tell you where it is, but the guy is really good on explaining to you how to do, and he gives you all the links that you need to get to the programs that you need to do what you need to do. Now that would be on the Note 4 and under. So, you know, that's, if you have one and you got problems, well then there you go. But again, you know, you always do that at your own risk. Remember that, guys. Okay, so this phone, I can turn this back on because I can still use this one for a few things until I get all my information out of it. Like, for instance, I should put the battery in, right? Oh, that's the quarry train. I think I told you guys about that. Can you hear it? Did I put the battery in right? Let me see. There we go. Thought it did. Okay. I got to get all my messages out of it. Well, not so much my messages, but my alarms, because I use this one for that. Now see, it doesn't want to work already. And this had a full charge on it. And it should come on regardless if it has a Sims in it or not. So let me plug it in for a minute. This one should work. And that's where we're at. Alright guys, let me have my coffee, I'll be back.